Okay, I have to make this quick because I'm late to like 3 different events, and I did this video already, but it somehow got deleted. But I have to get this off my chest. So I'm gonna do this. But I have to make it really super quick. Anyway, so this happened. I went to a Vons today in Northridge, and at the entrance of the Vons, there was a woman on the ground, and she had a sign saying, "Please help. I have 2 daughters," and whatever. And as people want to do, some people said yes, some people said no, some people kept moving. So I'm walking into the Vons, and the man behind me looks down at her, and he says, "I work. I go to work every day. I have a job. I have a job." I guess indicating that she needs to get a job too. Which I thought was a pretty horrible thing to say to somebody who was literally sitting on the ground in front of Vons at Northridge holding a sign. Because you can't get much lower on your luck than that. Be decent. Have a soul. Be nice to people. I just really could not believe that someone would be that horrible. So I said to him, that was really unnecessary. He says, "What?" And I said, "That was unnecessary." And I was really disturbed by it. So I was telling my friend who was in the produce section at the time. I said, "I'm going to tell you what this guy did, whatever." And I'm telling the whole thing. And I was like, I just can't believe somebody would do that. Somebody would be that ugly, So he comes into the produce section and he walks by me. Maybe he overheard me. Maybe he didn't. I have no idea. But he comes by me and he gets really close to me because he's trying to intimidate me. He gets right in my face and he's staring at me and he's just. I say, "Hello. How are you? You okay? You lose something? What's going on? Staring at me for?" And he keeps walking or whatever. And he says something ridiculous to me. And I said, "Asshole, And he said, "I heard that. You were supposed to." So we have a little bit of exchange. He called me a bitch, Okay. I'll be that. I have no, if you think that's going to hurt my feelings, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm thinking this whole thing, this little tit for tat thing is over. But no, alas. This man says, and I kid you not, he said, "Typical nigger." Really? 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 Okay. So, I know at this point you're thinking, okay, that happened. And I have no idea where I'm going to get my eggs because I'm sure Marquita has torn up the Vons in Northridge. But no, America, I didn't do that. No, didn't do that. I will say, however, that on the ignorant scale, I might have been about maybe a 7.5. I'm a professional woman. I can't be tearing up stuff. But at the same time, I'm going to let it be known this is not acceptable behavior. And I will say this. I did respond in a way that I have never done before. I did go a little bit outside myself. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. All the produce is still on the shelves. It's all good. I didn't wild out like that. But I will say that another African American gentleman came into the produce section, and I basically said to the man, call him a nigger. Call him a nigger. Since it's call people nigger day, call him a nigger. Because that's what you do. You call people niggers. So, call him. And I was a little surprised by I think in situations like this, regardless of whether or not other people know the circumstances, I think there's an assumption that black people are just going to support other black people in this type of situation. But I will say that my brother in the struggle said to this man, dude, if you ever been married, then you already know. And I'm like, could you have my back? Could you have my back? Could you do that for me? But it's all good, whatever. Anyway, so what ended up happening was I was really upset by this because I really thought that it was unnecessary for him to go that far for this little exchange of me, airing my opinion on how he treated this woman. So I asked one of the employees, "Could you call security?" Because what you're not going to do in Bonds and Northridge on March 30th is just call people niggers for no apparent reason. And he called me a nigger several times. In fact, I said to the employee, this man has called me a nigger 5 times. And the man said, only 5? So they get the manager and they want me to point him out, and he's in line in the checkout stand, and he continues on. He, tells me I'm trash, that I look like trash. His honey boo boo wife is there now, and she's asking me, well, why are you starting shit with people? Why were you talking to him in the first place? Honey, why are you talking to me? Where did you come from? I'm sorry. No. What we're not going to do is turn this into some tag team. This has already gone too far. What we're not going to do is add fuel to the fire. I'm already not happy with where things are, and now you done brought a whole nother energy into the mix, and I'm not doing it with you. But, I said to them, it's a good thing that you're in the checkout line, because they were going to put you out. And they're like, they would never put us out. We're regulars here. And one of the employees did say that they're regulars there. And one of the other employees, who's an African-American woman, she said, I get called nigger all the time. As if to say, what are you so upset about? I get called nigger all the time. Allow me to blink in rapid succession. First of all, that is not a sentence you should be saying in 2013. That should not just roll off the tongue in 2013. I get called nigger all the time. You need to move. Immediately. Post haste, tout de suite, expediment. You need to move. You need to get your resume together. You need a new job. But that should not just roll off your tongue in 2013. I get called nigger all the time. No, honey, no. That's what we're not going to do. But okay, so the reason I'm kind of upset is I'm upset that I'm just upset about the whole situation. It was pretty ugly. I do accept my role in the whole thing. Not everybody needs to hear my opinion on how they treat people who are in need. People, no one should be called outside their name. However, what makes you go that far that fast? 0 to 60 on some old, I can't intimidate you and you're not mad because I called you a bitch. Really, to call somebody a nigger, who does that? And I'm also a little bothered by the fact that, if he is a regular, because I did respond, I responded in a way that I'm not at all, happy about. I use certain words that I don't ever use, and, I do feel, ashamed about that. I'm bothered because now, if he's a regular there, I just look like the crazy woman who came into Bonds and Northridge on March 30th and just started acting a fool, because of course he's going to try to tweak it. I really don't care what other people think, but I do care what other people think, because I don't ever want to be perceived as some psycho crazy woman, whatever. But I will say that when you're called a nigger, and at this age, I don't have the same response to the word that I did in my 20s, because in my 20s, there would be no Vons in Northridge. I'm not in my 20s. I'm calmer, cooler. And I will say that the word, it bothered me that he would go so far in trying to insult me, but I really did not have the anger, the pain, the just all the that comes, with that word. So why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because I just needed to share with you, America, that I got called nigger like 7 times a day. And I needed to share that, if you've ever had that experience, I feel you. And I know that feeling of going outside yourself, when you're hit with that word. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that it it's always a test. It's a test. You know what I mean? There'll be many more tests throughout life or whatever. Maybe I got a D today on my little test. I hope that if you are faced with a similar situation, even if it's not necessarily the N-word, if it's something else, that you will take a moment and breathe and let people just be ignorant and keep your wits about you. It's easier said than done. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Hope you're having a great almost Easter, and I will see you soon. Toodles.